Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you clicked on this video, you already know what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be showing you how I made this DIY face chain, which I used for Africa Day 2023 at work. So we were placed in different countries and I was to represent Tunisia. I didn't want to wear an abaya, so I opted for this simple look. It's called a Safseri and it's worn by Tunisian women. It depicts modesty. They often accessorize this with a face chain. So I scouted Lagos looking for where to buy this, but I didn't like the price they were giving me, so I decided to make mine. I went to my local craft store and I picked up some supplies, and this is how it went. So we'll be needing a measuring tape, a pair of scissors, some gold beaded fringe trimmings, I believe that's what it's called, thread in the same color, and some rhinestone trimmings. So I got a yard each for the fringe and rhinestone trimming. The fringe trimming is going to be going across my nose, so I did an ear to ear measurement, which was about 12.5. And then I measured about 13 inches for the rhinestone trimming, which will be going across my forehead. Now, after measuring this out, I'm going to be cutting the rhinestone trimming with a pair of scissors, and I'm just being careful not to cut the rhinestones themselves. I'm just cutting the metal that joins the rhinestones. So right here, I'm just measuring up the rhinestone and fringe trimming that I cut out, just to see that, everything is in place. Then I cut out some smaller pieces for the bridge of my nose, which was about 3.5, and the sides of my head, that was about 3 inches. Now, using my measuring tape, I'm just going to find the center of the longer piece, and once I've located that, I align the one that's going to be going across the bridge of my nose to the center, and I apply some UHU glue. If you have a hot glue gun, you could use this too. While the glue gets tacky, I cut up a tiny piece of yellow cloth so that it could blend in with the color of my rhinestone, and I just placed that over the glue, center it, make sure it fits in place. The size of the piece of cloth should be about the same width as the rhinestones, and after you let that dry for a bit, this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to be attaching the fringe to the tip of the rhinestone that goes along my nose, and I'm just going to be using my UHU glue for this. So I put some glue at the tip and I placed the fringe over that. At this point, I was so skeptical on if this was even going to work, but the excitement of seeing what it would turn out to be if it actually did work was what made me just, stick to it and continue the process. Then we let this dry for a bit before we move on to the other sides. For the other sides, it's just a repetition of the same process. You glue the rhinestones to each other, place a cloth on it, and for the fringe as well, you glue that to the tip of the rhinestone. So once this is done, you're going to let it dry for quite a while. After doing this, I just went to have dinner and came back to finish up the work. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. The glue is dried and it's no longer tacky. So for some added security, I'm just going to be sewing down those pieces of cut and the fringe to the rhinestone, just so that the face chain doesn't fall apart on my face during the events. So I already went ahead to sew 4 points out of the 6 points that we're supposed to sew, and I just want to show you how I did that. So my needle's already threaded and I'm just going to go in right now and do the sewing. As you sew, try to make sure that your threading is not visible, and when you're done, you just secure those with some strong knots, so that they don't unravel. So to secure the face chain around my head, I'm using an elastic band. I was going to use some chains from an old necklace, but it won't give me the grip I was going for, so I decided to use elastic bands, and it turns out the only ones I had at home were white, so we had to make do. The total circumference of my head is 22 inches. Remember, we already did 13 inches for the rhinestone that goes across the forehead, so I cut out an elastic band of about 8.5 inches, and I'm just going to attach that off camera to the face chain. So that's it, guys, for the tutorial, and at the end of the day, it was still sturdy, we were still going strong. So guys, if you enjoyed watching this video, if you enjoyed the creativity, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and if you want to see a vlog of the event, please let me know in the comments. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching.